It is Thursday, December the 21st, 2023. This is Coffee Talk number 110 live stream. KP Heathen, good evening. My friend from Louisiana, how are you doing? How's the weather in your neck of the woods? 450 subscribers. You are slowly approaching 500 as I am slowly approaching 1500. And I mean to tell you, it is slow going. Yeah, it's been cool here, a little wet, a little damp, sprinkled a little bit. I'm drinking Folgers coffee, um, stick coffee, 8 ounces with some French vanilla creamer. I'll stick a couple of International Delights, I guess, in it. Four in the house, one like. Please leave a like to support the channel if you have not done so. It will be greatly appreciated. Yeah, well, rain is good. You know, we need periodic rain. Some places get a lot more than others. Yes, I appreciate that. You're the first like. Somebody else just left a like. I don't know who it is, but I appreciate them too. What are your goals for your channel, Heathen? Ah, Gil is lurking. And my friend Melinda Elliott. How are y'all doing? And Susanna Morrison. Proud single mom. Welcome, young lady. Hope you and your daughter are doing well. How's the sergeant doing, Gil? If y'all would, please leave a like if you have not done so to support the channel. I have been visiting a few channels today. I run a playlist, and I'm trying to spread my watch time around to support channels that support me. Nita's Cooking Show. How are you doing, Nita? My friend Nita from Canada. Yes, 5 likes. Thank you. As I mentioned, I'm drinking coffee. Coffee talk, I'm drinking coffee. This is a Folgers stick coffee. 8 ounces, which is a cup with some French vanilla creamer. Good stuff. I got some more stuff I ordered in today. I need to unbox them and do videos. I'm buying freeze-dried foods. I ordered some sampler packs, some experimentation. I also ordered some more number 10 cans, which basically for long-term storage. I've been looking at the news, things going on in the news. You start getting people doing tit for tat stuff. Like they're threatening, they want to throw the Republican frontrunner off the ballot. They're talking about 12 states. They want to throw them off the ballot, you know. And then you've got states that are saying, well, we'll throw your Democrat candidate off the ballot. And you get into a tit for tat thing. Now the Supreme Court's involved. And I'm sure the Supreme Court will basically say that this is violation of rights and BS, and it'll stop a lot of this stuff and make rulings on certain things. So hopefully that'll straighten some stuff out. Adults can be little kids. They can really behave like little kids sometimes, as you can see what's going on with and people can be their own worst enemies. They really can be their own worst enemies. Some of the decisions that people make are just absolutely stupid. Things that they do, positions that they take. I mean, just outrageous type stuff. You know you're in a bad way when you've got members of your own party calling you out for crazy, crazy ideas and such. And, that's going on. And then another thing to think about is scripture. If you are a Christian, you accept the Lord, and you read your scriptures, there's a lot of what they call end times eschatology going on. People are studying, what does the scripture say about the end times? Eschatology, which is basically the study of hidden writings, the end times and such. And lots of stuff that going on right now that could be plugged into things that the Bible talks about during the end of days or the end times happening. And then for the preparedness or prepping community, a lot of this stuff just basically feeds into you got to be ready. Whether you believe we're living in the end times or whether you just want to be prepared for SHTF, I think a likely scenario that could happen is that not necessarily that we get in a full-blown World War III, but some idiot fires a missile with a nuke that blows up way up in the atmosphere and causes an electromagnetic pulse and knocks out a sizable amount of the power grid. Could you imagine if that happened? Imagine if somebody like Rocket Man, they were calling him Rocket Man over in North Korea, was to fire a couple of these new ICBMs that he has, and he detonated a 40, 50 kiloton warhead up in the atmosphere, which would not affect us physically, but could send a shockwave to knock out the power grid. Could you imagine if they took down the eastern grid and the western grid? There are three power grids. There's an eastern grid, there's a western grid, and there's a Texas grid. Everything's better in Texas. You should know that. If you don't live in Texas, I feel sorry for you, because Texas is really a great place to live. But let's just say that, realistically speaking, and I'm sure where you live is a great place to live. I'm joking. I apologize if I offend anybody with anything I say. Some people take take things that I say seriously. Some people, understand that, we're just theorizing and such. But what if somebody hit the power grid and took the power grid down? And that would basically stop a lot of the electronics. You wouldn't be able to do electronics transactions. You wouldn't be able to access the internet, large segment of the country. You wouldn't be able to access electronic funds from a bank. There'd be a run on stores. Cash would clear out the stores, and they may not be able to resupply for a period of time. Well, what are you going to do? That's what being prepared's about. Preparedness, prepping, knowing that you've got to have food, you've got to have bottled water, that you take medication, the pharmacy might not be able to resupply you. You need to make sure you have a pretty good supply of your medication, even if you have to basically pay cash for it. You can get a doctor to write you a script for a year's worth of medication, but the insurance is only going to cover it for an 8-day supply. You want to get the rest of that, or if you want to get some more, medication, well, you got to dig out of your pocket and pay whatever the it is cash price. You got to think about stuff like that. Do you have a means to heat water? What's your hygiene going to look like? The sewers aren't working, so you can't keep using the toilet because it just basically doesn't want to go down. What are you going to do? Have you thought about what you're going to do? I've got a friend who's 75 years old, very intelligent man, very well educated. And he said that, and I asked him, he collects guns, he collects this, he collects that, nice home, nice cars, all sorts of, all the luxuries, they travel. So what are you going to do? What will you do if something were to happen? What would you do? Are you able to feed yourself? Do you have what you need to? Oh, well, if it lasted a month, we'd be dead. We wouldn't last a month. Well, you got plenty of money. Why aren't you prepared for this? Well, we wouldn't be able to survive. And that's the philosophy of a lot of people. Something happened and things got bad for a couple of months. Cha Marie, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. I hope everything's going well where y'all are at. I know a couple of y'all that have come in are over on the other side of the world. I think it's like 13 hours ahead of us, so it's the next day already. Good Friday morning. Hello, young lady. Thank you for coming in, Marie. Appreciate you. I'll try to come by and visit. A little slow this evening. Not that many in the house. What, five? 5 in the house right now. Idaho Garden Girl, how are you doing? Your ears must be ringing. I was recording a video about you earlier. Your goodie box. Hopefully I'll get it posted up tomorrow. And I think I'll release it as a premiere tomorrow evening, maybe 6:30ish. But I've been trying to prep up stuff. I have not made it over to the post office yet. I haven't made it over to the post office. And I've been drinking coffee, Folgers, with French vanilla creamer. Just finished it. Um, but my theme and my gift boxes that I'm going to be sending out, and they're all going to be very similar in what they have in them. This is an example of one of them. You know, it's full and it's heavy. I'm I'm giving out a couple of different ways to boil water, to heat, and you can also, you could heat a small room with, with it, if you're burning sterno or you're burning camp heat. If you have a couple of those going, you can heat a smaller room. You know, I like to use the camp heat. I like to use this stuff. This will burn for 6 hours. You can turn it on and off. This will burn 6 hours. And you get a couple of those. I can get a 12-pack for $20. And you could be burning them to keep yourself above freezing, keep your temperature up. Gets real bad, gets real cold. If you don't have a means of heat, it helps to have a fireplace, or to be able to, if you have a stove, firewood stove or whatever. I've got a couple of propane heaters, the Buddy heaters. You can use the 1-pound green bottles. You can also use a 20-pound tank with an adapter hose. Well, take care, Marie. Thank you for coming in. I will come by and visit you. I should have got it done today. I did not. I wound up helping my wife outside in our storage units. She was wanting to get stuff off the back porch and try to do a little reorganizing and such. And then she got working in the garden. She had me, helping her. Wayne, the ungrateful peasant. Thank you for coming in, Wayne. 6 in the house, 7 likes. So I had mentioned earlier, I guess I run a couple of people off or scared them off. I mentioned about that ruling out Colorado. The Colorado Supreme Court basically wanting to disqualify the former president, saying that he was involved in a insurrection on January the 6th, which is that's their talking points. The left's talking points is that there was a major insurrection, almost overthrew Western society. Mike and Bus Stop, thank y'all for coming in. 9 in the house, 9 likes. I am so far behind, and viewing ration reviews is not funny. I really enjoy watching ration reviews. I could do that all day long. I'm pretty well caught up with Mike, but there's some other channels that I subscribe to that I'm behind on. Yeah, I believe that. I do. Mr. Whistle, thank you for coming in. 10 likes, 9 in the house. So, I have been telling people about my upcoming 15 subscriber giveaway. which in my opinion is overdue. At the start of this video, I was at 1,497, 3 short. It is taking forever. Joshua Humphrey, how are you doing, Joshua? The other thing I've been doing is trying to clear up space. I've been transferring some of my videos to my support channel, and I've been transferring them privately, listed private, so people can't watch them. But if anything ever happens to my main channel, if I get locked out of it or something happens, I can basically pull up and start releasing. If I wanted to rebuild, I could start releasing these videos on my support channel, you know. So I transferred 4 recent videos, and just trying to, you know, make sure I got backup. I have been running playlists every day or every evening. I'll have 5 or 6 channels that I'll run one of their live streams, the ones that live stream that I know they're trying to get their watch hours, or they've got watch hours and they're trying to keep their watch hours up, you know, monetized. And I've been running playlists, and whenever I run somebody's video, if I'm, you know, running on a playlist, I usually don't run shorter videos or shorts or any of that sort of stuff, you know. I run live streams on videos, you know, and usually they're better part of an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And I always let them know that I'm running their live stream. It's like a replay. I'll tell them what like number it is, you know, so that they know that I'm helping them. I am supporting them. And they'll do the same thing for me. And they'll let me know that, you know, they're running one of mine. And then they'll let me know, you know. So I've got a few people that'll, like, as an example, last night I had 19 people come in and identify themselves over the course of my video, my live stream. And it said I had 41 views. When my snapshot came out, it said I had 41 views. So I ran an hour and 20 minutes last night. And I had over a little in excess of 10 watch hours from that live stream. And then I figure I picked up another 4 or 5 from individuals that reran or did not come in, and they support me and they'll run, you know, run my videos, and I probably picked up an extra 4, 5, 6 hours watch time. And I need 40, a little over 40 watch hours. Then I'm going to be contacting YouTube and see about paperwork. You know, what do I need to do? So I mean, I'll hit that in the next 3-4 days, certainly. I would expect I'll hit 1,500 in the next 3 or 4 days. If you're one of those people and you would like to have a chance in my drawing, I'll be doing the 1,500 subscriber drawing Now, one thing I will tell you, I will wait if I hit 1500. Like if I hit 1500 tonight, I would wait until in the morning, and when I get up in the morning to see if I'm still at 1500, because there is a purge that happens occasionally. It is real, and I've been known to lose 2 or 3 subscribers over a night, especially when I'm picking up subscribers. And I would want to make sure that when I get up in the morning, I'm still at the 1500. And then I will do my 1500 subscriber giveaway video, in which I will, well, first of all, I've got to determine who's on the list. To qualify, you need to leave me a like and supportive comment on the last 5 videos that I drop. And you need to care about watch time, bus stop. It's how you get monetized. Not just the numbers, it's the watch time. So I will write down and figure out who qualifies, and then I'll get their names and put them on paper, roll them up, put them in a hat, and I'll show on video what I'm doing. I usually do that. I'll also probably show what's going to be in the goodie box, and it'll have a nice first aid kit in addition to some of the other stuff that I'm putting in my goodie boxes right now that I'm sending to people. It'll also have a nice first aid kit in it, and probably 3 rations in it. The goodie boxes I've been sending out, I've been putting 1 ration in them with a variety of 3 different hot sauces, the Tabascos. I've been using a couple of different little camp stoves. One that you would use with sterno or camp heat. The other one you'd use tabs with. Here's one that you would use when you would use tabs, fuel tabs. And I can open it up and show you what's in it very easily. It's nice and portable. It's not heavy. You got a box that you can keep it in the box. This is how it comes. So you can open up, and you would use probably 3 of these tabs at once to boil water. This comes with 24, and then I would include another pack of the tabs, and you can get like a 24 pack of these for like $5.50. Not that expensive. Now, the one thing about the fuel tabs, when you're burning the fuel tabs, Smashing Machine, Mike Rice, thank you for coming in. When you use these, you don't really want to do it inside because of the smell. They stink. They don't smell good. And you can put a pot with water, boil water. If it's a smaller one, you basically close it down at an angle, and it's not expensive. These go for about $12. Somebody told me that they had picked some up on clearance. They bought like 10 of them for $1 a piece. Man, if you could do that, I'd buy every damn one they had. because these are nice and I give them out. It's one of the giveaways that I do, trying to. Another one, and I'll have one of each of these. This one's the one that burns sterno or camp heat. I've got one sitting right up behind me, up on top, that's opened up. So, you're still a baby. 36. I wish I was 36. I was 36 when I had my daughter. Oh, and you recently became a father, didn't you? Triplets. Tai. I think that's how I'd say it. Thank you for coming in. Age 35, okay. Well, happy birthday. I was 35 when I married, and I was 36 when I became a daddy. Yeah, it took 4 months for my wife to get pregnant. I thought there was something wrong with me. Yes. Funny. 11 in the house, 14 likes. So, I'm working on it. I'm also putting in these will burn. They don't go out when they get wet, they'll burn. Wind, they're not going to go out in the wind. You strike this thing, it's going to go until it runs down. And I had a delivery today. I ordered a medications pack. Came in a little bag. I paid like $6 for this. And it goes with a first aid kit that I just got, a really nice first aid kit, but my first aid kit was missing well, I don't want to snip. A year and 5 days. Okay, Mike. You did good. So this comes with 2 packs of ibuprofen. It comes with 2 packs of aspirin. It has an antihistamine, 6 antihistamine caplets. It has 2 packs of antacid, 4 caplets. It's got 4 tablets of anti-diarrhea, and it's got 2 packs of acetaminophen. It's a pain reliever. It's like 3 different types of the little pain relievers. Anti-diarrhea, antacid for your stomach, and antihistamine. This is good stuff. And you can add this to your first aid kit. Doesn't take a lot of room. $6 for it. So, when you're prepping, you need to have a inventory of what you have. And you need to make a list of what you need. Like I started a new book as an example. I'll show you. And I indicate things I buy, order numbers, if I want to reorder it, what I paid for it, descriptions of stuff. You know. So this is a new one on the latest. Stuff I've been buying the last month or so. And I need to do a haul, a new haul video, things I've been getting. Yeah, Tylenol. Thank you. I'm going to be doing a colonoscopy I had to go over yesterday, and I did a registration at the surgery center for it. I had to go to a different building to go give blood. I needed blood work. Hopefully they'll be able to use the same blood work for when I go have my wellness checkup this next month in January. I really do not enjoy getting stuck. The prep that they use now when you have a colonoscopy, the latest one is, instead of drinking some nasty tasting stuff that makes you go clean out your system, they give you pills. They look like big white metformin pills, those big thick things, and you take 12 of them at 6 p.m. the night before, and then 8 hours later at 2 a.m. you got to wake up and you got to take another 12 with water. And don't take any of my medication the morning of. I got to stop taking my anti-inflammatory 5 days before for arthritis. Got to stop taking that 5 days before, so Christmas Eve, stop taking it. And they say that I'll be there for a couple hours. They've got 22 scheduled that day. They'll start about 7 a.m. and I'm 8 a.m. So they'll do one every 30, 40 minutes. If you can believe that. They run that damn they run that hose through you. It's got a camera and a light and a clipper and all that sort of stuff. And they take a sample. If they find something that they don't like, they'll clip it and send it off and find out, My wife had one of those. Koki Dawn 216, thank you for coming in. Welcome. I was teasing my wife about it when she had it done. 10 in the house, 16 likes. And I was telling her, they run that sewer router up through you. It's got a camera on there with a flashlight, and it's like, and they got a clipper, it's like, God, how big is that son of a gun, It's like, whoa, it's like, oh, you feel it, well, they put you to sleep. You're in trouble when you wake up and they're all smoking cigarettes. I'm sorry. I have to take things funny. Why, thank you for the like. It doesn't cost you anything to leave a like. It doesn't cost you anything to leave a comment. If you've got a channel and if you're a creator, you want people to leave you likes and you want people to leave comments so that you know who they are, and you leave comments so they will come back and leave you comments and view your stuff. If you go in and you lurk, like last night, I had 41 views, and I had 19 that identified themselves. About half the people that came in identified themselves, and it was a slow night. But curly Q. Oh shoot, yeah, a rig. Yeah. What happened? He pooped out a rig. Somebody left a rig up in there. Oh no. I used to joke about, yeah, they wear those latex gloves that go way up to here, and I have seen some videos of like a horse or a cow giving birth, and the vet has to give them some assistance because something happened, and they stick their arm up inside there, and it's like, I don't know about that. But you gotta have a strong stomach for something like that. Um, I know you love comments, Bus Stop. I'll try to give you some more comments later on. And I've had 15 people come through tonight that have identified themselves so far. We're 42 minutes in. I got another 20 minutes, I guess. And it's been slow. I didn't do any posts on my community wall. Normally, I'll post out and I'll do shout outs. I'll link channels on my community wall. Didn't do that today. I did work on a video, which I'm not finished with. Idaho Garden Girls goodie box. I have not been over to the post office. I got to get some more stuff done. And I slept a lot today. I woke up really early. I went and went over to Walmart, and I went to Speedy Stop when I left Walmart. Walmart's a mile from my house, and I went to Speedy Stop and got tacos and brought my wife tacos, and I came home and I shot a segment of my video where I showed, I basically ate a taco and talked, and my coffee, my pecan, Texas pecan coffee, ranch vanilla creamer. I shot a segment, then it transitions into going in what's in the box, that Idaho Garden Girl's going to get. So I went back to sleep after that. I shot that stuff and I went back to sleep, and it's like I was actually in my man cave on my couch. I got a couch right here, full length. I can lay down, stretch out on it, and I come in here and I'll sleep sometimes. And or I shut the door and it's like my getaway place. My wife's got her own. We've got 4 bedrooms. The kid has a bedroom. Wife and I have the master, and then we each have a spare bedroom that we use for our, she has like a sewing room set up. She's got a couple of 8-foot tables in there set up, side by side, where she lays stuff out and does her projects, sewing and quilting and all that stuff that whatever project she's got going. She does a lot of alterations, and she could make money doing it. She does it for people sometimes, freebie stuff, for friends. She alters my stuff, for me sometimes. And it's important to be ready, plan, know what the plan is. Does everybody know what the plan is? If something happened to you, Does your family know what the plan is? Is somebody going to step up and you got like a somebody that knows what they're doing that can basically take over? Do they know where your stash is? If you've got a stash someplace, um, do you have a good inventory of what you have? Do you have it set up on a rotation? Think about stuff like that. Do you have a means to communicate? Do you have the internet goes down, the cell towers go down? If you don't have power, cell towers aren't going to work. You know, Starlink would probably be the best thing to have. That way, as long as you can power your station, um, the satellites aren't going to lose power unless they get knocked out. He's got thousands and thousands of them there. And I think that'd be the way to go, way with the future. Having a radio set up, shortwave. Thank you for sticking around, Marie. So, give people watch time that support you. You're a content creator. Support those who support you. Leave likes and comments on channels that support you. When you view, always leave a like. Let them know what like number it is. Say something nice to them. Make them feel good. Be supportive. Treat people the way you want to be treated. The golden rule: do unto others as you would have others do unto you. The scriptures basically say, if you want to be forgiven, you've got to forgive. Holding grudges and such. I treat people the way I want to be treated. If I don't like you, I don't mess with you. I just stay away from you. I say hello to everybody. If I can say hello to you, I'll say hello to you. I go about my business. And try to teach that to my kid. I don't like those people. Well, I don't like them either. But sometimes you got to run. It's like in-laws and outlaws and relatives. Sometimes you got to see people you don't really care for, but you got to be civil with them. Not going to see them very often. Weddings, funerals, major functions. And you don't want them talking crap about you. You got to show up. And say hello and go about your business. Be observant. Watch your periphery, your back. My father taught me a lot of things. Don't sit with your back to a door. Don't sit with your back to the entrance when you're out in public. If you're with folks, you got a little crew that you roll with, y'all ought to know how to support each other. In an emergency, everybody should have a role. Rochelle YT, Team Mama. How you doing, Rochelle? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. 11 in the house. So I would anticipate in the next day or so going over the 1,500, and it will trigger a 1,500 subscriber giveaway. I will do a drawing based upon however many have left me a like and support a comment last 5 videos. And I've said it'll be less than 30 people. How do you know it'll be less than 30 people? Well, I mean, I can look at the count of how many people have left comments. And if I'm assuming that each of those people have watched the last 5 videos, it'll be 30-ish. It may be less. Some of them may not have. And I'm not going to put them in the hat if they've only watched 3. I appreciate them watching the 3 and leaving a comment on the 3, but the rules basically are the last 5. 10 in the house, 17 likes. So I was a scout, and the scout motto is be prepared. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. And you know, the scouting is an international organization. Somebody was telling me, I was a Cub Scout. Well, I was not a Cub Scout. I was a Weeblo, which is like an intermittent, or it used to be. I don't even know if it's still around. And then I was a Boy Scout. And the difference was the Weeblos, we wore the blue uniforms, which like the Cub Scouts wore the blue uniforms. We wore the blue uniforms. And when it was switched over to Boy Scout, it was like the light green, you know. And I learned a lot in scouting. I was a scout for a couple of years. You work on all your merit badges and projects and various things. My father used to help me. He'd go to the meetings with me to, you know, when we'd have outings and such. And mom of 4 boys, thank you for coming in. So I was taught to respect my elders. I come from a different generation. I was a baby boomer, sort of the last of the baby boomers. And my parents were married for 21 years before they had me. I'm an only child. They both had been tobacco users, and then they both stopped a couple of years before I was born. And I guess it affected their fertility, and they were able to have a child, and they had me. So I was a 1 and out. My mother had me by a C-section, you know. And that was a real bad experience for her. She'd tell me stories about it. And my mom and I were good friends. My father passed away when I was 14. Very traumatic. I went through counseling for a couple of years over that. He died of a brain tumor. All that tobacco use. Even after he stopped smoking, he continued chewing tobacco. Nasty stuff. Nasty, nasty stuff. Very popular back then. He tried to get me to do it. I said, hell no, I'm not chewing that crap. He used to make me go buy it for him. He'd give me the money, and he'd sit in the car, and I'd have to go into the store and, you know, 12, 13 years old, go in there and pick up his tobacco. They knew it was for, you know, they knew me, and they knew it was for my dad, and they'd sell it to me. And I had 4 C-sections. It was not bad. Well, I guess when my mom had hers, which was like 61 years ago, you know, and they started doing a bikini cut. Hers was up and down, and in her age, she is 40. So, but I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad it didn't. Wasn't bad for you. That's great. My wife had my kid by C-section, and she was out of it for a couple of days. You know, her recovery. She doesn't do well under medication, under anesthesia. She's had 3 surgeries in the last five, 5-ish years, and you know she just doesn't do well. It takes her a while to come out from under the anesthesia. You know, some people react that way, and they say, "Oh, you'll be in for 2 days." Oh, don't worry, it'll be more like a week. You know, it'll be 4 or 5 days. You know, double whatever they say you'll be in after the surgery. Because with her, you know, her bowels don't want to work afterwards. Her kidneys are very slow to, you know, her producing, you know, urine or whatever, and they have to go in there and they have to siphon it out or whatever they do, you know, for a while until things start working again. But it, you know, it is what it is, and 19 likes. I've had 17 individuals come through and leave comments. 18 with Guru Dave. Tardy slip, please. Is Echo behind you, or how are you doing, Guru of Baseball? If you're not, and I'm pretty sure everybody in here is subscribed to those who are content producers. If you're not subscribed to Mom, please subscribe to Mom. If you're not subscribed to Guru Day, please subscribe him. She's on the way. That's good. I appreciate y'all. And I run one of her live streams today. I run a live stream, my playlist, and I try to every day. I try to run one of her live streams, trying to keep track. Well, Wayne, thank you for coming in, and thank you for your service. I know you don't like to hear me say that all the time, but anybody who served in the military or active duty or retired, always thank them for their service. It makes them feel good, or I can embarrass the young man, you know. Take care, Wayne. I'll try to come by and give you some love. Living my best life at 60, my friend. And I was telling Dave that I had run one of your live streams today, and you should have got at least an hour out of it. Pretty sure it was at least an hour long. When you do a live stream and you're trying to get watch time, and you got a few people who support you, try to live stream for at least an hour, and that way you can get an hour's watch time for replays. And I'll do replays. Most people will do replays if they're trying to help people. And some people will do 2 or 3 hour. Good God Almighty, Susanna Morrison, she does some of these 5-hour silent live streams, you know. And if you were to run that thing, it would be 5 hours of watch time. And right now, be safe on the bus, Bruno. Right now, I need 41 or 42 hours. I'll get them the next 2-3 days. But then I need to contact YouTube, do whatever paperwork I need to do. I hate doing online stuff. Yeah, if I recall correctly, somebody passed away. May they rest in peace. I'm sorry. I know it's tough. And it's good that your husband has you to support him. So I'm making a list right now. And Mom, I'll run something of yours. Echo, I will run something of yours. I need to oh man. I need to run some Wayne stuff. Idaho Garden Girl. I got to get that video finished. I've also got to get over to the post office and mail some of this stuff off. I'm sorry to say I'm piling up boxes right now. Anton Miles, thank you for coming in. Oh, I gotta give Susanna Morrison some love. Melinda Elliott. Nita. Cha Cha Marie. And Kent Patton. It's important to treat people how you want to be treated. Be kind to people. And show respect for people. Be quick to apologize if you offend somebody. I occasionally offend people. Proud Islander, thank you for coming in, Proud Islander. Yes, Merry Christmas to you too and to everyone here. Thank you, Marie. I'll be over to visit you. the other thing is you gotta have thicker skin. Some people have very thin skin. They take offense at every little thing, you know. And and if you offend somebody, be quick to apologize to them. Um, Apology doesn't cost you anything. Oh, a little pride. Be too prideful to apologize, please. Be quick to apologize. You should be slow to anger and quick to forgive. That's what scriptures say. And remember the scouting motto, be prepared. It's important to prepare. It's important to prepare. I will tell you this. Right now I'm looking at Proud Islander's channel. He has 149 subscribers, 12 videos, got some shorts. He's got a short that's got 1,500 views. He's got one that has 13. I have never had 1,000 views on a short. I've done tons of shorts, and I've never had a short that had 1,000 views. I've had some that had like 850 views. Had a couple of those. I did one earlier in the week that has 800 views or so, but I've never had one go over 1,000 views. I got videos with well over 1,000 views. I've got a video that has over 8,000 views. One I did of a review of a 12-volt fridge freezer I have. That has over 8,000 views. But I've never had one where everything goes boom, and you get like 50 million people watching it. I haven't had that happen. So congratulations on those shorts, Proud Islander. So I've been putting together a list that I need to run a playlist. I'll be running another playlist. Always leave a like and supportive comment. If you want an opportunity to be in my drawing, make sure you leave me a like and supportive comment in the last 5 videos. I will probably drop one more, which will probably be Idaho Garden Girls goodie box before I get and go mail them. I see a few people that are missing tonight that haven't come in. Maybe they'll leave a comment. Little Lone Prepper didn't come in tonight. And Holly Ivans did not come in tonight. Both of them are getting goodie boxes from me. And I've got a half dozen or so that are going to be getting stuff from me this Christmas. Or they'll get them after Christmas. So everybody, please remember the Boy Scout motto is to be prepared. It's important that you plan and that you have a list. Go to garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, thrift stores. Look church bazaars when they have a church sale. Look in the want ads on your newspaper. You can find stuff. The ad sack, the penny saver, if you know what those are. Shop. Window shop. look and take advantage. Take advantage. Window shop. I keep an inventory of things I have. It's not a complete inventory by a long. I've got so much stuff. It's not a complete inventory like food and such. Stuff out in the pantries. Good God Almighty. I really need to, but I haven't. And you really need to have all that stuff up on a rotation. You know, don't let stuff go bad. You know, and just because it says Best By date or you know that passes doesn't mean it's bad. Now, if the can's bloated, you know, if it's rusted or bloated, you don't want to eat it. But yeah, the post office is crazy. It is, and there are two post offices in Victoria. There's one Midtown. There's one South Side. The one that I go to is probably 4.5 miles, 5 miles. I have to measure it from my house, Midtown, and I let my post office box go. It's up to $83 now. $83 for 6 months for a small box, and so I stopped putting my PO box on my videos, listing in my videos. I still put my email address, which I've had for over 30 years, the same email address. And but if somebody wanted my mailing address, if they'll email me, if somebody wanted to send me something other, because I've got a few people that send me stuff. I send them stuff, they send me stuff, you know, but not enough to warrant keeping and paying $83 for a that'll pay for four goodie box for the postage and four goodie boxes or so. My goodie boxes cost about $20 to send out, and that'll pay for four of them. So you need to really think hard. What do you need to do? What's your plan? Does everybody know your plan? Um, do you budget for your preps? Are you buying extra? Are you buying extra? Yeah, Victoria is in Texas, Victoria, Texas. We're 20 miles inland from the Gulf, in a sweet spot, about 100 miles west of me, San Antonio. 100 miles north of me, or about 110 miles north of me, is Houston, and about 110 miles south of me is Corpus. I'm Port Lavaca. It's about 20 miles, and that's over on the Gulf Coast. About 20 miles in. We're at an elevation of a little over 100 feet where we're at. The elevation above sea level is about 100 feet. And it's the largest, Victoria County. It's the largest, and everybody comes here 30, 40 miles around to shop. If you've heard of Cuero's about 20 miles from Victoria. So everybody, please remember to be prepared. Life is good, but it is what it is. I will plan on being back tomorrow at 7 p.m. If I have my video ready, I'll do it as a premiere probably at 6:30, and I'll probably do some posts on my community wall tomorrow. I'll run a playlist tonight, give y'all some. Devil Dog, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it, Devil Dog. I'll try to give you some watch time too. I don't do 2 and 3 hour videos or live streams. I don't do that. I try to run about an hour. Right now I'm running over. I'm at like an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. And everybody, please have a blessed day. And I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. for another edition of Coffee Talk.